Thursday afternoon, September 26th. It's 75 degrees in Richland Center at 12:09. For WRCO News, I'm Joanne Krulotz. Local election clerks are showing how secure it is to vote in Wisconsin. Madison City Clerk Mary Beth Witzel-Bell says machines are tested publicly 10 days before every election.
You can come and you can watch, it's on a Saturday, watch us test every single machine, every single ballot style for every candidate to make sure that votes are going to be counted properly.
Local election clerks are also busy explaining how secure Wisconsin's balloting is. For instance, Witzel-Bell says all poll workers work in twos.
There are always two poll workers involved when they are dealing with ballots. Two poll workers initial your ballot. Two poll workers are checking you into the poll book. Two poll workers are involved if an absentee is damaged and needs to be remade.
About 2,000 Madison voters were recently sent duplicate absentee ballots by accident. Witzel-Bell says barcodes will prevent anyone from voting twice. The U.S. Federal Reserve recently made a 0.5% cut on interest rates last week. Kristen Ambos of Point Mortgage in Appleton said people were surprised that mortgage rates didn't come down with the announcement of the rate cut.
People correlate the mortgage rate with the Federal Reserve rate, and so they thought, oh my gosh, rates are going to fall by 0.5%. That did not happen. Rates were left relatively unchanged. So that's kind of the surprise to people.
She notes interest rates are not the same as mortgage rates.
The mortgage rates will follow the Federal Reserve, but it's not a direct indicator of a mortgage rate. It's a direct indicator on the rates that the banks are borrowing at. So that's coming down. But remember, the bank is going to add 2 to 3% so that they can make money. So that's where the mortgage rates are going to be.
She said the mortgage rates will start to come down, but she advises people to watch out for predatory lenders who may try to pressure you into refinancing. Governor Tony Evers, together with the Wisconsin Housing and Economic Development Authority, announced the new More Like Home Repair and Renew loan program to help owners of older homes make critical repairs and improvements that increase energy, efficiency, safety, and security. The More Like Home Repair and Renew loan program is the fourth and final program to emerge from the historic $525 million housing legislation signed into law by Governor Evers last year. The More Like Home Repair and Renew loan program provides low-interest loans between $5,000 and $50,000 to owners of houses more than 40 years old. Homeowners can use these loans to finance crucial structural repairs and energy efficiency updates, such as roofing, insulation, plumbing, electrical, heating, and air conditioning. Loans are available through REIT's participating lenders. More information about the More Like Home Repair and Renew loan program is available at morelikehomeloan.weta.com. Native American languages are in danger of disappearing, but keeping them going is difficult. Some people in Wisconsin are trying to save Native American languages. Laura Red Eagle is a member of the Ho-Chunk Nation and part of the Indigenous Language Table. It's a group that meets in Madison once a week to have everyday chats in native tongues.
It takes a veil away. You can kind of see how people think, how you view the world. You can ask questions, and you don't feel stupid for doing that because anybody that's showing up for a language class is already super brave. If they can speak one or two words or at least, get their introduction done or hear some more, then it's worth it. And I don't know, they feel revitalized themselves in doing it.
The United Nations predicts more than half of the world's languages will disappear in about 75 years. A long-time frozen food delivery service will shut down its operations in Wisconsin. Cygnus Home Service let the Wisconsin Department of Workforce Development know that in November it will close 8 facilities around the state for Yellow, formerly known as Schwann's Home Delivery. A total of 79 workers will be laid off due to the closures. The company cited pandemic-driven staffing shortages and supply chain disruptions as reasons for the closures. Schwann's began its home delivery business in 1952. A woman who made herself so at home in an apparent stranger's house in Wisconsin that she prepared a shrimp and pasta dinner has been arrested for burglary. Police say the person who lives at the house arrived home late Tuesday night to find the lights on and someone inside. The woman was casually walking around inside when officers showed up and ordered her to come to the door. Police said in a report that she told officers that she had permission to be in the house from the resident. She even gave police the resident's name, but officers believe she got that information after going through mail at the home. Scammers love phishing schemes, but they aren't just limited to emails. As more real businesses use text messages to communicate with their customers, con artists are sending out their own text, posing as organizations you know and can trust. If you receive an unusual text message, the following tips can help you decide whether it is a fake before scammers can get their hands on your personal information. Don't trust unsolicited messages. Scammers will try to get you to click a link or call a number in a text message claiming you've won a great prize, your subscription account is about to be deactivated, or there was a problem delivering a package to your home. They may even claim fraudulent activity has been detected on your account and tell you to act now. Before you get too worked up and respond, ask yourself, did I give this company permission to text me? Did I enter a contest recently? Am I expecting a package? Is it normal for this business to send me messages? If an out-of-the-blue offer sounds too good to be true, it probably is. If you receive an unsettling text message from a company you do business with, but they never text you in the past, look up their contact information on their official website and get in touch to find out what the message is really about. Watch out for suspicious links. Most scam text messages contain a link for you to click on. Scammers hope their message will cause you to feel so scared or excited you'll click the link without thinking. Some of these links could download malware onto your device. Others may lead you to a lookalike website where scammers hope to harvest your personal information, login ID, and passwords. Know that a personalized message doesn't make the sender trustworthy. Thanks to data breaches and online directories, at least some of your personal information is probably online. Scammers may have access to your name, address, where you bank, your phone provider, and other details about your life. They may include some of this information in their text to appear more legitimate. When in doubt, contact the business directly. Look for spelling and grammar errors. A large number of fake texts originate with offshore companies where they may be crafted by someone who isn't completely fluent in the English language. Some scammers are highly skilled in English, and it may even be their first language, so not every fake text you receive will follow this rule. Still, legitimate companies usually hire professional writers and editors to craft their business communications, so if you notice strange phrasing along with spelling and grammar errors, you're probably dealing with a scammer. If a website looks real, check again. If you do click on a link in a suspicious text message and it appears to take you to an official business website, don't feel safe straight away. Scammers can create a carbon copy of a legitimate website, and if you log in on the fake site, they can steal your username and password. Check the URL carefully to make sure you are on the official website before you navigate within it. Look up phone numbers before you call. Scammers may prompt you to call a number claiming you need to resolve some kind of issue or register to receive a prize. They may do so under the guise of a real business, so always double-check any numbers they send you before you call. If you spot a scam, text, don't reply. Some scammers ask you to text stop or no, so you won't receive future text. In reality, your reply tells them they have a real active phone number and could open you up to future attacks. Keep your antivirus software up to date. Antivirus software can alert you to fake and unsafe websites if you happen to click on a link in an unsolicited text message. Keep the software installed and up to date to protect yourself against scammers. For more information or further inquiries, contact the Wisconsin Better Business Bureau at bbb.org/Wisconsin or call 1-800-273-1002. It's time for this week's Richland County History Moment with Richland County Historical Society President Ken Thied.
Menzies Phelps Manley and the Little Willow, along with his son Willard Manley, who is credited with naming Goose Creek. And now for a Richland County Historical Society History Moment. Here's the rest of the story. According to genealogytrails.com, Menzies Phelps Manley In September 1852, he started for Richland County, Wisconsin, taking with him a load of goods for Dr. Sippy, who had immigrated to Richland County at that time. They were there a month on the road and brought 40 head of cattle with them. Soon after his arrival, he traded his team to I.P. Welton for 80 acres of land. This team consisted of two of the most beautiful dapple grays and were highly prized by Mr. Manley. In October of 1852, Mr. Manley engaged with James Capp in his sawmill as a sawyer. Soon after going to work, he injured his foot on the saw and was not able to resume until March of the following year. He worked in the mill for Mr. Capp until the spring of 1854, when he rented the mill and operated on his own for 1 year. In June of 1853, Mr. Manley, in company with one Daniel Benjamin and Addison Rance, they were from West Southard, and a man named Page started out to look for land. Leaving Dr. Sippy's place, they followed up the Little Willow Creek to the headwaters, hence down Allwood Hollow, and camped for the night in a spot of Mr. McCorkle's flouring mill, where it now stands. During the afternoon, West Southard got lost. His companions remained up late at night firing guns at intervals, keeping a bright fire to attract his attention. But finally becoming discouraged with their efforts, they rolled up their blankets and went to sleep. The next morning, the lost was put into his appearance. He had chanced to find his way to Benjamin Smith's cabin. As it had been for others wandering before him, the old pioneer gladly gave him much-needed advice and sent him on his way rejoicing. Manley did not select land on this trip. He was favorably impressed with the Little Willow Valley. Both the lands of the Little Willow at that time were wet and swampy, but he conducted that by a little drainage they could become very tillable lands. Menzies Manley, his son Willard, are given credit for naming Goose Creek in Forest Township. Willard wrote the following for the Richland Democrat under the pen name Legit. That's spelled Legit. This is from Margaret Helen Scott's Place Names in Richland County. As the version on page 24 goes, there were a number of stories about the origin of Goose Creek. So many different ones that there was published but just one, which is believed to be the author of the folk tales. Two pioneer women became involved in a bitter quarrel over a goose, which both they claimed. The strife waxed and bittered until it was almost a hair-pulling affair. The creek, not named for the goose, but for the women who, as foolish, would fight over that goose. Listen next week for the history of Richland County, covering 4-H corn, a contest in October 6th of 1904.
The Richland County Historical Society appreciates your support. It's been a great year with many new family, individual, and business members. Would you consider joining? For just $10 a year, individuals or families can be a member. Yearly memberships for businesses, just $20. A lifetime membership is available for just $100. Membership payments and donations can be sent to the Richland County Historical Society, 213 South Central Avenue, Apartment 1, Richland Center, Wisconsin, 53581. The Society hopes you're enjoying these weekly history moments.
It's River Valley Homecoming Week. This year's theme is Candyland. As part of the homecoming festivities, the 61st annual River Valley School Fair will be held tomorrow. Sherry Graffunder is the agricultural education instructor at River Valley.
We are aiming for over 600 exhibitors for our school district, which is nice to have. That'll not be a record. Our record is higher, but based off a percentage of the students in the school district, it is getting close to a record.
Inside exhibits are being accepted today in the gym. Animal exhibits will be accepted tomorrow. Graffunder says it is a record year for the animal exhibits.
I went to all the farms and ID'd all the animals. We have over 60 animals that will be at the sale next week. So we're looking for the bidders to come in. We have a record-breaking year as far as auction animals, and the dairy's increasing again so far.
You are encouraged to attend the fair and check out the new addition to the animal exhibit area.
We have an area just for dairy and beef to be able to not be on concrete, to have a softer feel for them so they will not hurt their legs and feet. And then we have expanded so that all the swine and goats and sheep can fit in one area.
The River Valley FFA and WIC buildings are also sponsoring a petting zoo this year. The fair will also feature a number of educational exhibits.
We have secured a Milk the Cow station so that we can show people what the animal eats and then how it produces milk. So that's the point of that. Soil sensory, this is where the students will be able to have the opportunity to make dirt pudding and understand the healthy soil and what it can produce. We're bringing in Jennifer Russell from Case for Learning. Many Hats of a Farmer will be done by Lori Wick. She's a good friend of our program. She's done a lot of grant reading for us and helped the kids with training for various speaking contests. Cows Upcycle, Can You? So Sarah from Iowa County is coming up to show people how cows can upcycle food products and better the environment. And then, like I stated, we have the Iowa County Tech Rescue Team. They're going to show us how they will rescue somebody who may be trapped in a bin or a different farm implement. So they're going to talk about augers and bin safety and then show people how we can rescue and save lives. The Arena Fire Station, Todd Pinkham and Hunter Pinkham are alumni of our program of the FFA. So they're coming back with their fellow firefighters to show us what firefighters do in emergency situations and how important they are in our area. Wisconsin pork producers, Morgan Ork is coming up to explain that. And then Richland County, Carlene Craddock is going to come over and explain what 4-H and the benefits are. And then last but not least, Nancy Legal is going to explain ag in the classroom opportunities to the youth and show them how impactful agriculture is in our diverse area of Wisconsin.
There will be no school for students in the River Valley School District tomorrow. The fair will begin at 8 with the animal auction at noon. The River Valley Homecoming Parade will step off at 3. In Friday night's homecoming football game at 7, River Valley will host Lancaster. WRCO's Phil Nee will have reports from the River Valley School Fair tomorrow.